boxing's off. Sorry, I was thinking about something else. Fury Joshua's off. That's what I was meant to say. And it's sad to see it. But that's what happens. What else can I say about it, really? It was definitely going ahead, and then this arbitration lawsuit came up and that threw a spanner in the works. That is it even mind games from Team Fury or Bob Arum? Well, he's Team Fury, isn't he? My bad. I'm sure he wanted the fight, you know what I mean? So I don't know. But there you go. I mean, boxing's is. This happened in the 90s with smaller fights, Lennox Lewis, Tommy Morrison, but that was more understandable because one lost and then the other one lost. And that happens in boxing. That's why these fights need to happen sooner. I'm not particularly happy about it. You know, I don't want to see Fury Wilder again. It's not like this is going into their second fight that they had now. I wouldn't mind. Who do I want to see instead? Well, Joshua Usyk, I still don't mind. Fury against who? I'll see him fight. What you call his name? The only one I want to see Fury fight is Anthony Joshua himself. I don't really know. I mean, Michael Hunter against Tyson Fury, and that would make sense if Michael Hunter was in the lineup for that, but we knew it was either Joshua or Wilder, but we thought it was Joshua and Joshua only. That's what the really peculiar thing is about all this. This does nothing for his legacy. There's nothing for either guy's legacy. I do think that Team Fury potentially has something to do with it. Is there one person in the chat? I think there's one person in the chat. This is going to be a short stream. I'm not sure what's going on, so I'm not sure what kind of traffic this stream's going to get. So the inactivity should be gone from this channel as well. It's not going to be extremely active, I don't believe, in putting out a lot of okay videos. I believe in putting out one or two, great videos and potentially lengthy videos in duration. I don't really like a really short video that doesn't get any points covered. I don't like necessarily just telling news and then not really having much of an opinion to say about it. And this is what, this is my channel, so thankfully I have the authority, so it is, that I can modify it, or I can use it in that kind of regard. Quality over quantity. I like substance. It's David Haney and the Venezuelan former lightweight champion. The guy that Lomachenko fought, Krolov fought. I can't remember his name, but I've watched him and he's pretty good, still pretty good. You know, I would consider him to be elite nearly, or definitely world level. He fought Luke Campbell as well. It's Jorge something, and he's got a really nice right hand, which Devin Haney is going to have to watch out for, because it's not a very obvious tell on it either. It usually starts with a slip to the left, slip and a counter punch or something, and then he lands it, and it's a short punch as well. It's more of a like a right cross than a straight, because a straight you throw it long, Vladimir Klitschko style, whereas a short cross is like you really move out of the way and you throw it with a short arm. You don't really twist the hips, you just use the shoulders a bit more, dip the shoulders and kind of chuck it, throw it in a straight trajectory. And Mike Tyson actually threw a couple of them in his career as well. A couple of nice wee sweet right hands. I should think that at this point of his career that Devin Haney should defeat the gentleman in question, whose surname I forget. But it's definitely, he's better than anyone Haney's fought. Would I be right? Yeah. I would say he's better than Gamboa, especially at this point, because I think this Jorge has, you know, he's still got form. He's still got some good form. He's definitely, he's not going to win any more titles and for the entirety of his career, likely. But this is a good test for Devin Haney. Devin Haney seems to be, you know, quite athletic and fast hands and good long arms, like Mayweather himself did. I'm not saying that he is a Mayweather per se, but this should be good. And the general consensus in terms of the lightweight is that Ryan Garcia so far has shown more than Devin Haney. I would agree with that. I think Ryan Garcia has been quite impressive. I think he's even impressed me. He's starting to remind me of like a De La Hoya in his day. I know I wouldn't like to, you know, face Ryan Garcia. You know, I wouldn't like to get hit with the body shots. And I'm much bigger and stature anyway, not necessarily in height. What else do I have to say? I think Devin Haney wins that on points. Maybe a stoppage, but it won't be. I don't see him definitively knocking this guy out, although he could. It's not. Who else? Is there anyone I'm missing that I should talk about? Saunders and all that. That's a bit old news now. I know I didn't really make any videos about that. You know, I think I just like to do certain topics that I'm more confident in speaking about. If I really sat down with a pen and paper and watched loads of videos of fights and stuff with Saunders and Canelo, I could have really went and done a nice, concrete, definitive breakdown of that. That's what I'll be doing with Joshua Fury if it ever happens. I have some archive videos. Maybe I can see about getting them rendered and some graphics in them. See if I can upload them sometime, because I think they could be of value to even outside members of this sort of YouTube click and possibly get some outside subscribers, cover a wider base. I think I'll cut this short. I would say that the lightweight division and welterweight's still pretty good. You got some nice contenders there. Middleweight with Canelo gone and with Golovkin getting old, you've got Andrade. Andrade's alright. He doesn't seem to be getting big fights. Light heavyweight seems to be quite good. You got Boatse and you still got Bivol, and Bivol's a very nice technical front foot. Intelligent pressure boxer. You've still got Beterbiev there, or Beterbiev. You've got Pacquiao Spence actually, which I never mentioned. Do I think Pacquiao can win it? I do. I think he could. There is a good possibility that he could win it, but I wouldn't necessarily choose him to win it. I don't necessarily think that would be the best idea. Or, well, not the idea, but I wouldn't have much confidence in picking a 42-year-old to beat Errol Spence. I think that Spence is still a force to be reckoned with. I still think that maybe Errol Spence could work a bit in his head movement. He's going to have to be careful of that. You can't really be a stationary target. And he might be able to bully Pacquiao with his size and strength, but Pacquiao's sneaky with them left hands and that, and they're fast, and they're still going to be fast. It's going to be faster than Danny Garcia or around as fast as Sean Porter, probably faster, to be honest. Although there's not the youth that them previously mentioned guys have. I think I'm going to end the stream in that.